Not one, not two, not 10, but 34 thieves entered the country's most secured bank vault and stole about 160 million reals, equivalent to $70 million, from this central bank of Brazil at Fortaleza, which is one of the biggest and most secured bank in Brazil. But still, these thieves entered the bank and successfully executed one of the biggest heists in the history of Brazil without triggering any alarm system, thermal sensors, and CCTV cameras. This case was a real pain in the head for the police department and the bank. Police tried everything to solve this case, only to learn a shocking truth that most of the thieves involved in this robbery had already died under mysterious circumstances. The story begins in the year 2005 on the Monday morning of 8th August when the bank manager called the police station. After seeing the empty bank vault, he tells the police that there has been a theft in that bank's vault. On hearing all this, the officer talking on the phone could not believe this. He was shocked because the central bank was a very high security bank. No one even dared to think of robbing this bank. In no time, dozens of police officers were here to investigate. When they reached the bank vault, and what they saw was completely impossible to happen, yet undeniable because it was right in front of them. They saw a small hole on the floor of the vault, from which the thieves might have entered this vault. On looking this, the police officers questioned the bank manager and asked how much money was stolen in this robbery. In the response to which the manager told at about 160 million reals. On hearing this, police were even more shocked because this hole was so small that it was almost impossible to enter it. How can anyone get off from here with millions of cash? And this much cash would weigh around 3.5 tons. Thieves literally stole 3.5 tons of cash from this small hole. To find how, one of the police officers with lean body entered this hole. Although this hole was small, but it was built in a professional way, with wooden support, ventilation pipes, and lamps all around. After crawling for 78 meters, that police officer reached the end. When he came out, he finds that he's in the city sewer system. We saw a staircase which was leading straight up to a pit, which was closed with a lid. He takes out his gun and slowly climbs the stair in a hope that he could find those thieves. After reaching up that pit, he removes the lid. He starts looking up and down, left and right, to find those thieves, but the place was completely empty. He comes out and finds himself in this scattered, empty house, 80 meters away from the bank. All the windows of this house were closed with wooden planks. After searching the whole house, the officer understood that neither any thief nor any money is here in this house. He calls other officers at this place and started investigating this place. They found numerous things in this house like pickaxe, shovels, and other excavation materials, and leftover food items spread all over the room, which confirmed that entire robbery was planned and executed from this house. They even spread white chemical powder all over the house to erase their fingerprints. Even more surprising thing was that they found a room which was completely filled with sacks of soil, and this was the same soil which was accumulated while digging the tunnel. They did not dump this soil somewhere else, but kept it inside the house so that no one can even doubt from where this much soil came from. The thieves used to dig this tunnel so quietly that even the neighbors had no idea that a tunnel is being dug just a few meters below their houses. Now the police starts investigating the whole crime scene very closely. They started investigating the bank's vault and found something unusual. The forklift machine which was used to move big boxes of money, because sometimes these boxes become so heavy with cash that they can weigh up to 500 kgs. But on the Friday night at 6:40 p.m., just few minutes before when the bank was about to close for the weekends, a bank employee parked this forklift exactly near the place where these thieves were going to come out from the tunnel by breaking the reinforced concrete floor. The real reason behind doing this was to create a cover so that the opening of the tunnel could not be seen in the CCTV camera. Police find it a very strange coincidence for the forklift to be parked in such a way. Furthermore, the cash boxes were also kept 15 inches away from the wall so that the thieves could easily escape, taking cover behind these boxes and easily avoid CCTV cameras and continue looting this bank, as the area between the wall and the cash box was the place which was out of the reach of CCTV cameras. And taking advantage of this, thieves kept stealing the money for hours in this vault without triggering the security system, and then putting the money inside a sack and passing it through the hole one by one in small amounts. Since the thieves came from the underground, motion sensors were also not triggered. Surprisingly, thieves also had the information that the money they are stealing is untraceable. There was no proper sequence code on these notes and were also uninsured at the same time. Now the police also started doubting that someone from the bank staff is also involved in this robbery, but they did not have enough evidence and proofs to make an arrest. But still they were able to get the first breakthrough in the case in less than 100 hours of the robbery, when they catched Jose Charles, who worked in a shipping company and was one of the thieves who robbed this vault. He was caught in a dramatic way after a tip from a truck driver who, along with Jose himself, was transporting his share of money to Sao Paulo. This truck driver was paid huge amount of money for doing so, but he soon realized that something was off when he overheard the conversation of Jose on a phone. The driver was left stunned, and now he starts to understand that he is transporting the money that has been stolen from the Central Bank of Brazil, whose news is being shown on the TV all day and night. The driver got terrified. He drove the truck directly to the police station and stopped there. Jose was still unaware that driver knows everything and truck is parked at a police station. Before he realizes anything, he was arrested with 2.8 million real of looted money. During the investigation, he revealed that there were 34 gang members involved in this robbery, and all of them have already got their share of money. And he also gave away the name and identity of the other gang's members as well. Now the police put some of these members under 24/7 surveillance and kept tapping their cell phone for months until they found their exact location and whereabouts. Using this technique, in 3 years' time, police were able to catch 7 more members and recover about 27 million reals. But the big success came when they catched Paulo Sergio de Souza in 2008, under whose name this house was registered where this robbery took place. The police arrested him when he was coming out from a building. When police came to him, he was shocked because the police officers were in civil dress, and when they told him that they had come to arrest him, he did not believe it, after which the police officers also showed him their badges, but he started shouting loudly that he was being kidnapped, but they managed to arrest him and took him into custody. During interrogation, he told a shocking fact to the police that after this bank robbery, he had been kidnapped twice, and both of the times the kidnapper came disguised as police officers, and he had to pay a lot of money to get released. He also told the police that all the thieves who had carried out this central bank robbery were being followed by other gangs, because in the Brazilian world of crime, if someone suddenly gets a lot of money, then he becomes a target for most of the other criminals. This was the reason the most of the gang members were either getting kidnapped or gone missing. He also told that he had been hiding in jungles and creepy places for last 2 years to save himself from the other gangs, because he was afraid he will be also killed in the same way like Fernandinho, the person who financed this robbery and also got a large share of money from this loot. He was kidnapped and brutally killed with 7 gunshot wounds. Even after his family paid the asked ransom to the kidnappers, but the kidnappers never kept their promise of releasing him unharmed. After his statement, police realized that most of the thieves were either killed or have already left Brazil in fear. At last, the police was only able to arrest 9 thieves out of 34. One of the thieves even surrendered to the police because he was afraid getting killed by other gang members and was fed up living in fear. All captured members were sentenced 80 years of life imprisonment. Police was only able to recover 32 million reals. As of today, it is nearly impossible to track down how many thieves are still alive and enjoying the wealth they stole 20 years ago. But one thing is for sure, that it is nearly impossible to live a normal, stress-free life after doing something seriously bad. So that's it for this video. See you again with another interesting subject some other day. Goodbye for now.